pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, liberty and justice for all.
Where's my?
I need some WD-40 for my.
I hear it squeaking.
It's got flip me twice.
Before we get started, so we're gonna, I'll read this out loud so it's made aware for everyone. Town Board Rules of Conduct and Notice under Indiana Code 514-1.5-3.3 and Indiana Code 34-13-3-3A8. The meeting of the Sciennesville Town Board will come to order. This is a public meeting under Indiana Open Door Law. We welcome public attendance and comment at the designated time to allow all business to proceed safely and efficiently. The president will recognize one speaker at a time, and the speakers must yield the floor when asked. For tonight's meeting, interruptions, speaking out of turn, shouting, or refusing to yield the floor will be treated as disorderly conduct of the meeting. If conduct makes it necessary to maintain order or ensure the safety of others, the president may request law enforcement to remove the disruptive attendee so the meeting can continue. That makes sense to everyone? All right. With that, I'll ask for approval of the February minutes and the 118 work session.
I wasn't here, so it'd be you two.
Yep.
Make a motion to approve the February minutes in the 118 work session.
Second, any questions? Ask for approval of January and February treasurer's report.
I make a motion to approve the January and February treasurer's report.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, covered. Police department.
All right, so we worked in town to go over the ordinances the last couple of months. We also been going over SOPs for the police department. Brent has about 90% of those done. When they are done, the plan is to put them on the website for everyone to see as well. We have a couple people interested in being brought on. We're gonna wait till the SOPs are finalized. We hope that's done like now. Brent does want to talk about, he was a note and get put on here. He doesn't want to talk about how that looks logistically, as far as a pool car and things like that. So one of you could reach out to him or he'll reach out to one of you. That's all we got for the police department.
One thing, the key to the garage, can you get us a copy of that?
There's a local place that does it, besides like Lowe's or something. Right. Okay.
All right. Fire department.
Odo business. They wasn't here last month. Air compressor's been removed from the building, so we've got it back, so it's out of your hair. The AEDs at the fire station have been replaced, so we had 2 of those that was approved to donate to the community center. So I can get those to you. They will need to have pads purchased for them, and I'm not sure on the battery life on them. I think they've got at least half life on them. So I'll get that worked out to where I can get them down to you guys so you can do with them what you need to. If you need me to order pads, I can order pads. If you guys want to just want me to order them through the company that I order our EMS supplies to, and then
That's what I wanted to
check
ask.
for it, or
Do you think that Monroe Fire will still allow us if we need them that, hey, when you place an order for us and we just pay them, or?
you know, think. And I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, they're a local company. They get, well, I say local, their warehouse is in Greenwood. So if I order them today, I usually have them the next day or the day after. So
Well, I was just looking at it down the road.
yeah, I don't know for sure, but I don't see why they would have a problem with it.
All right.
So that could probably go through their community risk reduction chief probably, which is one that really deals with that stuff.
Okay.
And then I'll need to make sure that our April fundraiser is on the books for the cafeteria, which was April 11th. Is that right? All right. Debbie?
Yep, it is.
What's happening?
April 11th.
It's on there.
What do we have that for? Hour wise?
7 to 11.
7 to 11. All right, that was all I had that I can remember. That's it for now. Just something sparks my brain later.
Park.
We heard from Darla about, I
Mm-mm.
don't remember,
Well, we've heard stuff, but it's nothing finalized. So that's what
and do we have any other letters from anybody that,
we've got letters, but nothing's been advertised. So until it's advertised, we're not opening them. One thing, the slide that's back there, that room's been rented. So we've got to get it out of there.
It's out of there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's already out.
Okay.
It's been out a couple weeks.
Gotcha. All right. Do you have anything else? Community center.
I have several things. Heflin came and checked out the heaters above the cafeteria. And a belt was needed on one and the other one needed a motor. And you should be receiving a bill. The estimate is $1,600, so I don't know exactly what that will be. I'm thinking it might be a little bit more because of the labor and who knows. I know that the wet leaves are still in the stairwell.
That's this coming Saturday.
You know, we talked about hiring maybe an employee type person to do little bitty repairs that we have. And I'd like to talk to the board about that sometime. And I'm thinking that's probably it.
How's the rental part going? Are we getting anything or?
Renting the cafeteria. There's 2 in April and 1 in June.
We really need to advertise it. Try to push it.
Yeah. You should advertise it.
Was the belt replaced on the one opposite of the one that needed the motor?
Yes.
Are there two? Okay,
They both had problems.
okay.
One, the motor had lost its connection and had fallen down and really wasn't doing anything, turning itself up.
Gotcha. And then you said something Saturday about they might have to reset something up there because it
I
was
don't
still
know if
cool.
if they're the ones that did it or it was the other company, because the gym's blowing cold air. And the last time that happened, they had to go up on the roof into that unit and reset it. I mean, for the wrestlers going on, they were working up a sweat, so they were fine, but it was cold.
HFI?
I don't remember which one was up there.
Heflin.
Was it Heflin that did it?
I think that's usually who comes unless you've changed to HFI.
Well,
It used to be
the
Heflin.
gym heater is.
Is
like a
different.
different
That was
thing.
Johnson.
That's
That was-
Johnson's
Mm-mm.
control.
Okay.
I know Heflin does one and HFI does the other.
I know maintenance should be pretty soon on the air conditionings.
Yeah.
Should be.
Getting them ready for
next month.
spring.
All right. Anything else? Move on to old business. The LaSure lot. Have you gotten anything back from her?
The last I heard, we were going to have to find somebody to have it appraised or something. Is that correct? The last time she commented?
Yeah, but I thought
And look
Darla
at
was
that.
supposed to be checking with her friend to see if.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's one more. All right, and the repairs there in front of 8248 Main. I don't know if we want to have him come back down and give us just a price from the end of the sidewalk there by the park across in front of her to the next one. Because the whole project that was going to be done, it was in the $40,000 range.
I've also
I was like,
seen
whoa.
where when they plowed, whoever plowed down there, they plowed and they pushed the what do you call that? That speed bump thing where it blocked the water from going over. It was broken loose and pushed up into the park. So now that if that runs down, it very possible it would go into her house. Because I saw two big chunks of it. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So is it okay with you too if I get over to Trent and have him
I
come
think
down and just
yes.
give us a look
Yeah.
at that section there?
'Cause, yeah.
All right. 2026 fire contract. I don't know if you want me to read it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the contract for fire protection in the town of Steinsville, this contract is entered into the first day of January 2026 between the town of Steinsville, hereinafter referred to as Steinsville, and Bean Blossom Township Steinsville Fire Department, hereinafter referred to as Fire Department, with both located in Monroe County, state of Indiana. Terms of contract, whereas Steinsville has certain responsibilities and obligations relating to fires within its corporation and desires to acquire fire protection and firefighting services, and whereas fire department desires to provide fire protection and firefighting services to Steinsville and is currently doing so under a contract, and whereas Steinsville and the fire department desire to continue the relationship under the terms of the new contract, the parties agree to as follows. The fire department shall provide and maintain adequate manpower, supplies, equipment, fire protection, and firefighting services for and within the town of Steinsville. Terms of this contract shall be for 1 year, retroactive to the first day of January 2026, and continue until the 15th day of January 2027. Steinsville shall pay the fire department the sum of $3,000 for the fire protection and firefighting services. The sum of $3,000 will be paid as follows: $1,000 on the 1st of April, $1,000 on the 1st of July, and $1,000 on the 1st of October. Town shall let the fire department use room E205 in the community center at no cost to the fire department. This room rents for $400 a month, valued at $4,800 a year. And any and all construction changes will need to be approved by the town board. Diagrams should be presented at a town board meeting with full explanations regarding the process for construction. The board may need further discussion before giving their final approval. Once approved, the changes or additional work will need to be approved by the town board. Fire department expressly agrees that Steinsville shall not be liable for any damage, claim, cause of action of injury caused to any person or property located in Steinsville, Monroe County, Indiana, due to fire. The fire department shall hold harmless and shall indemnify Steinsville, the members of the Steinsville Town Council, their successors, or assigns from any and all claims whatsoever, actions, causes of action, suits, injuries, damages, costs, expenses, liabilities, and attorney fees arising out of, connected with, resulting from, or relating to any claim of any negligent act or omission of the fire department, its members, agents, or employees. Fire department shall obtain and maintain liability insurance coverage for the benefit of the fire department in Steinsville. Liability insurance policy shall list the Steinsville Town Council as named insured. Fire department shall, upon request, furnish a copy of all such insurance policies, declaration pages, and evidence of payment of premiums to Steinsville. Should either party to the contract violate any terms of this contract and be adjudicated to be in breach thereof, the breaching party shall pay all reasonable attorney fees and other costs incurred as a result of the breach by the party not in breach. Should either party wish to dissolve this contract, the party wanting to dissolve must notify the other 45 days prior in writing by certified mail and must have a hearing between both parties prior to the date of the solution. No item or provision of this contract may be altered, waived, modified, or otherwise changed by either party hereto except by written amendment to the contract for provisions of fire protection and signed by both Steinsville and the fire department. So, same as last year, and the year before.
Year before.
So if you're in agreement, you two will be the one signing because I
You
have
have
to
to
abstain because
abstain.
I sign as the clerk for the fire department, so.
Okay.
All right,
So
so,
this is the last year we're doing a fire contract too, with Monroe Fire taking over next year?
believe so, unless
Well, I
something
understand.
changes. So, approved by, both of you, signed on this, what is today? 3rd day of March, 2026. Hey, how are you? Here. So this is reading it and passing it off. All right, number 2, 2026-2 credit card purchase card ordinance. Leah,
Go for it.
not really, just. All right, I move that ordinance number 2026-2 be submitted for the first reading.
I'll second. Do we have to do that?
Yep.
All right.
All right, ordinance 2026-02, an ordinance to authorize the use of credit cards and purchasing cards for designated elected officials of the town of Steinsville. Whereas the Steinsville Town Council may authorize the use of credit cards and purchasing cards with conditions it deems necessary and appropriate under Indiana Home Rule Powers and IC 3613, and whereas the State Board of Accounts Uniform Compliance Guidelines Manual for Counties, Chapter 1, authorizes the town's use of credit cards upon adoption or ordinance regarding credit card policies. And whereas the town of Steinsville seeks to avail the use of credit cards and purchasing cards for those officials, now therefore be it ordained by the Steinsville Town Council that, Section 1, this ordinance is adopted in compliance with the State Board of Accounts, Accounting, and Uniform Compliance Guidelines Manual for Counties, Chapter 1, authorizing certain department heads and elected officials to use the credit cards for certain purchases. Section 2, it will be the responsibility of the clerk treasurer to safeguard the usage and security of said cards. If the clerk treasurer elects to designate as a designee to use the credit card, then the attached log must be used to clearly indicate the physical transfer of said credit card to that employee and the related physical transfer back to the holder. Designated card holders shall sign the attached statement pledging receipt and responsibility. Section 3, payment of credit card charges shall be subject to the audit requirements of the accounts payable claim voucher in conformity with IC 51110 and IC 3648, along with the compliance procedures of the Indiana State Board of Accounts. It is the responsibility of the card holder or the designee to obtain proper itemized receipts other than the credit card receipt for items charged. Budgeted funds must be available to utilize the cards. Section 4, the credit card and purchasing card charges that do not meet state audit requirements, including charges that include the imposition of state sales tax for which the county is otherwise exempt and are the responsibility of the officials authorizing the charge. Section 5, the card will only be used in the performance of town business for supplies, certain hotel charges, restaurant charges, required conference registration fees, or certain equipment purchases as authorized by the elected official. Cards should be used for purchases requiring an immediate need. Cards may not be used for restaurant, entertainment, or any personal charges by the holder, which would be reimbursed by a per diem or mileage reimbursement. Such use would be subject to personnel action. Section 6, each elected official shall be responsible to maintain control of the cards and/or purchase as per board policy. Credit cards may not be used for the following purchases: any purchase for which there is not an existing appropriation at the time of use, cash advance, personal or non-business purchases, alcoholic beverages. Section 7, upon receiving the credit card statement electronically or mail, elected officials or department heads must complete a claim voucher with all proper receipts and submit to the clerk treasurer at least 7 business days before the due date. Section 8, the town of Steinsville Town Council further authorizes the annual fee that may be assessed for said card may be paid by said department or office. Section 9, the purchasing agent authorized user shall report loss or theft of the credit card to the Steinsville Town Council immediately upon discovery. Oh, okay. I move that ordinance number 2026-2 be adopted on the same day as which it was introduced.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I move that ordinance number 2026-2 be adopted. Oh, that's a lot of reading.
You're just getting started.
That's what I started saying. Just getting started. Oh, I'm in the wrong hole. Sorry. I put it over there.
Emma posted.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Leah, it was accident. It's always over there, and then today it's over there, so. I didn't write my whole name, just one line. That's it. You can white it out.
All right, well, we get a little bit of a break. All right, dude.
I'm sorry, Leah.
So number 3, the drain by Susie Purcell's residence.
So Susie called me last weekend or weekend before and wanted me to come look at the grate by her house at the end of the road before the sidewalk starts. There's a pretty good sized hole. Like I sent you guys all the pictures. That big piece of wood is blocking like a big hole. So if somebody were to like walk along the edge of the road and slip off into that hole, it's pretty big. I don't know if maybe we can get Trent to look at, see if he can maybe like
I would
raise
think.
the grade up to road level.
Yeah, because
At
every
a
few
slope,
years we
maybe.
end up
Is this
having to
up here at
replace
this
it.
end or in the curve?
No, up
It's-
here at this end, right
Okay.
at, right
By
at
the
the edge of
school.
the community
Yeah.
center property, yeah.
Kind of like right at the edge of the grass.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Every
Calling
few
them on the
years
other
it
one,
ends
so.
up have to be replaced. It's just hard finding
I don't know
somebody
if
who can do it.
maybe, I'm assuming the culvert under the road is good, so you probably just need to raise the grade up and maybe put like concrete around it to secure it so it doesn't like sink in. I don't,
Yeah,
I'll just let him do that when I call him on the one down there by the park. All right, 2026-3 unsafe building ordinance. We've tabled that for this month. 2026-4, the unsafe building fund ordinance. Is this one being all the way through the entire thing, read and approved?
just reading.
It's going all the way.
Oh, it's going all the way.
Okay, I move that ordinance number 2026-4 be submitted for the first reading.
a second.
Ordinance 2026-4, an ordinance of the town of Steinsville establishing an unsafe building fund. Whereas the town of Steinsville passed ordinance, well, no, we have not. We have currently tabled 2026-03, establishing the unsafe building law. Whereas the town of Steinsville desires to create a dedicated non-reverting fund within the operating budget to cover costs of inspecting, repairing, or demolishing unsafe structures. And whereas the state of Indiana allows an enforcement authority to establish an unsafe building fund under IC 367914, now therefore be it ordained by the town council of the town of Steinsville, Indiana as follows. Section 1, the town of Steinsville shall establish in its operating budget a fund which shall be designated as an unsafe building fund. Any balance remaining at the end of the fiscal year shall be carried over to the fund for the following year and does not revert to the general fund. Section 2, money from the unsafe building fund may be received from any source, including appropriations by local, state, or federal governments and donations. The following money shall be deposited into the fund. Money received as payment for or settlement of obligations or judgments established under IC 36797 through IC 36713 and IC 36717 through IC 36722. B, money received from bonds posted under IC 36797. C, money received in satisfaction or receiver's notes or certificates that were issued under IC 36720 and were purchased with money from the unsafe building fund. D, money received for payment or settlement of civil penalties or fines imposed under IC 36797. And E, money received from the collection of special assessments under IC 367913.7. Section 3, money in this unsafe building fund may be used for the expenses incurred in carrying out the purposes of IC 3679, including the cost of obtaining reliable information about the identity and location of each person who owns a substantial property interest in unsafe premises, the cost of an examination of unsafe building by a registered architect or registered engineer not employed by the department. C, the cost of surveys necessary to determine the location and dimensions of real property on which an unsafe building is located. D, the cost of giving notice of order, notice of statements of recession, notice of continued hearings, and notice of statements that public bids are to be let in the manner prescribed by IC 367-925. E, bid price of work by a contractor under IC 367910 or IC 367917 through IC 367922. The cost of emergency action under IC 36799 and the cost of notes or receiver certificates issued under IC 36720 of this chapter. Section 4, payment of monies from the unsafe building fund must be made in accordance with applicable laws. I move that ordinance number 2026-4 be adopted on the same day as which it is introduced.
A second.
Any questions?
Can you read that again?
No. It's right here for anybody who wants to do it. And there's a lot of ICs to look up.
Yes.
So, okay, I move that ordinance 2026-4 be adopted.
A second.
Yeah, it's on the left side.
I'll do it right this time. Later.
And just so everybody knows, that's the fund setting up for monies that come in. That's not the actual fund, because we have it's tabled to the next time to get a couple things cleared up on it.
Richie.
Now, is the next one just the one reading and it's not approved tonight? Because of the
Correct.
fines, right? Okay. All right. So 2026-5 dog ordinance, just the first reading only. I move that ordinance number 2026-5 be submitted for the first reading only.
A second.
Ordinance 2026-5, an ordinance to amend ordinance 2012-7 and establish regulations concerning the confinement of dogs within the town limits. Be it ordained and adopted by the Town Council of Steinsville, Indiana as follows. Ordinance 2012-7 is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 1, all dogs must be kept on their owner's property. If taken off the owner's property, all dogs must be on leash and under supervision. No owner or keeper of any dog shall permit the dog to run at large upon any street, alley, or public place within the town. All owners of dogs must be able to provide proof of vaccination. Section 2, female dogs while in heat must be confined in an enclosed area. Section 3, dogs running loose will be subject to being picked up by the Monroe County Animal Control or any other law enforcement officer, including Steinsville Police Department. The dog's owners will be responsible for paying all fines imposed by the ordinance to the town or any animal shelter fees before the animal is released from the shelter. Section 4, every person keeping an animal in town shall see that such animals, 1, is kept in a clean, sanitary, and healthy manner and is not confined as to be forced to stand, sit, or lie in its own excrement. The persons responsible for animals shall regularly and as often as necessary to prevent odor or health and sanitation problems maintain all animal areas or areas of animal contact. 2, has food that is appropriate for the species in adequate amounts to maintain good health, fresh potable drinking water where appropriate, shelter and ventilation, including quarters that are protected from excessive heat and cold and are sufficient size to permit the animal to move about freely. Any person who harbors, feeds, cares, houses, etc., a dog for 3 days shall be presumed to be the owner and shall comply with this ordinance. Section 5, any person who violates any provision of this ordinance shall be fined $50 for each violation. A separate offense shall be deemed committed on each day during which a violation occurs or continues. Section 6, any law enforcement officer or any other person having authority to impound animals who has a probable cause to believe there has been a violation of this ordinance or IC 1520-1-4 dog bite liability criminal offense may take custody of the animal involved and transport it to the nearest animal shelter. Section 7, it shall be unlawful for any person to own, keep, or harbor any dog which by loud and frequent barking, howling, or yelping shall cause annoyance or disturbance to any of the citizens of the town. Section 8, no dog shall be allowed in the playground area of the Steinsville Community Center at any time. Section 9, no dog shall be allowed at McLaughlin Park at any time. This ordinance, no, I'll go any further because it's not passed yet. So.
That's
This
second.
is it. That's just
Yeah.
the first reading. So we're not,
Yeah, and then it gets published, correct?
Yep.
And then next meeting, we will have second reading and pass it. I don't know.
That's not on the
I was
cheat
giving
sheet.
a hard time.
Okay, 2026-6 Park Board Ordinance, that's tabled, so we
tabled.
get some clarification there and wait on her. Where's,
The FEMA,
and the FEMA one is also
Table,
tabled.
we'll follow it all right here.
So that's done and done. Public comment. Anybody?
Have, spring break is coming up March 15th through the 20th. We will be doing free lunches again this year.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be just town, it's all being blossom
Okay,
as well. And we'll be doing it again summer,
awesome.
Breaks when?
the 15th through the 20th.
David's been really good to do that.
Last year, we had, 4 anonymous donors also bring things into the store and said, we want to donate, feed the kids.
that's cool.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal.
That's all I have.
Anybody else? Lois?
I have a complaint from, a senior. that lives
We don't
on
wanna hear
Registry.
Have what?
I didn't catch the name. Spoke real shaky in that, and but to me, it's a complaint that's just neighbor against neighbor. There's really not much parking on Medley Street for those 3 homes that
BRI homes.
Restoration built,
Oh,
and it's the middle home that parks in the grass. And so it's dirt and mud that now runs down to the next house. And the one lady's complaining, she said she's called BRI and historic landmarks and everything, but she's a renter. So she doesn't want to have to pay for this, but she wants stone to be put there in the neighbor's property. And I really want to call and tell her that it's something the neighbor has to solve, and she has no real.
We
that's
can't put-
completely simple.
Yeah.
That's not us.
They're parking, I went by there, they're parking in their front lawn. And it does look bad, but it's their property, so town can't put anything on there. That's not a town.
I have a feeling
she
she
needs
has
to
no
talk.
money to do anything. And it shouldn't be her responsibility anyway, the neighbor.
A neighbor parking in his own lot.
They might not talk to one another.
So the middle house is the one causing the problem? So that's the house that BRI owns and couldn't sell, and they're renting it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know, but it could be.
The first house by Walnut Street, they can get in the back and park.
Mhm.
The other 2 houses, the land is so dropped, there's no parking. In the back, there's really not much of it.
I don't know if we can contact BRI and tell them that they're
I mean, I guess somebody could, but
We can let them
That's
know we
not-
received a complaint, but
Yeah.
there's nothing that the town
That's-
itself can do
right,
for it.
that's private property.
You know, if they were on the street, that's different, but
And I mean, if BRI is renting the property, it would be their responsibility to maintain it. Right?
I think historic landmarks might kind of hold her rental, I don't know. Didn't make sense.
why would historic landmarks have anything in
I
that?
think she's renting directly from BRI.
Yeah. So that shouldn't be a historic landmarks. That's a new house. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
but I know historic landmarks had to do with the building. I guess it.
All right. Anything else?
Quick, is it possible, to maybe tag that, avalanche that's parked on where the old railroad is?
I haven't seen it, but I'll take a look.
Okay, yeah, it's been parked there for like 2 weeks now, just right in front of the nice church, or the nice people's church. You can see where it, dropped. I texted you, but I didn't follow up, so my son I got through. It you can see where it like lost it all, just like dripping oil all the way down. And then like,
Saw that.
I don't know whose it is.
yeah.
Oh, no. Not
So
coming
that-
down the hill.
thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to express gratitude to this town council and to Lois. Seven Oaks Girls Basketball, high school and middle school had great seasons. And part of that was because we were able to practice here at the gym. It worked out really good for the girls. Really appreciate the flexibility of the town and working with us, and Lois as well being there to let us in, let us out. It's a great relationship. I hope that the town benefited from it as well, and maybe we can
We
see
did.
that happen again.
I was gonna say, I hope we can
Yes,
keep it up, yeah.
That was nice. It was, so thank you, because that did help town. That did help out the community center a lot.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Just shortly after they got high school part going, then they had their prom here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they done it 2 years in a row. It was pretty neat. They didn't want to stay in their own building. They wanted to go somewhere else, and this was where they chose. So it was pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, speaking of that, he brought that up, reminded me, the gym floor is getting redone next week.
Yeah, so nobody
So
be
it's
allowed in.
getting top scrubbed and resealed and all that, so it'll,
Quick follow-up question. I noticed that some of the lights might need to be replaced at some point.
We got all
Hey.
brand new ones.
we got all brand new lights, all LED lights we're putting in.
Yeah.
Great. It's good to see that investment in the gym because I think it's a great property for
Yeah.
Stebbin Oaks and maybe some other schools that
Right.
we invested too.
Nope, they're here.
Yeah,
Oh, there they are.
Did you guys rent a, like a scissor lift or whatever?
We're
That's
gonna have
something
to.
that Leah and Shane's worked out to get.
We had it booked for the 21st. There was some payment issues. I don't know if you heard anything about it, but we couldn't get it paid for in time, so we couldn't get it. And then
oh,
we're going to have to wait till after four.
I wonder,
We're looking at like a man lift, like a single,
yeah,
one of those little tiny ones.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that that unit down there is probably too big, but it can run on LNG, so it can,
It's way too big.
yeah. When that time comes, let me know, and if there's, I'd be happy to help you guys. That's-
Yeah, it's right there's the one doing it. So you guys talk.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
I've got new, breakout box codes and everything.
So-
I'll do it properly.
Cool.
If you want to
That's
help
good.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody else? I feel like you've got something you want to say there, Miss Brooklyn.
My resignation.
No.
I understand where you're coming from. You know, I don't want to, but I know we don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Her work schedule is, excuse me, is really pulling her away. But she has agreed to stay on and help with the festivals and different things that we have here. So she's been a big asset to us and we really appreciate it. But as of March 3rd, 2026, we'll accept your resignation from the park board.
Thank you.
So now, with that being said, can we go ahead and post to replace her position and have
Madam
her
Clerk, can you get those positions posted for the park board?
Where do they need to be?
Store. And, yeah,
Website?
on our
Yeah.
website.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Two spots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Any updates on the store buildings?
Okay, yes.
I get
so-
excited when I see you put a piece of equipment around.
Yeah, it's gonna be a month from now. Kevin Potter is going to come out and assess and write up the first assessment of where structurally everything is. And then I'm gonna submit that to the nice lady in Indianapolis that's, the state preservation person. And then from there, she is going to meet us and walk the property. And I'm not technically allowed to start any work until they approve, but we are gonna ask them if we can cut on the very last building, if we can cut out the old ceiling joists and rafters, because they're pushing the building out. So what we want to do is just use the sky boom and just cut them out just so we can just stabilize that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, as soon as Kevin Potter, I'm sure that Kevin's list is gonna be long, but, that'll be a good first start.
Yeah.
We're really excited. And then, currently, John has been residing there, but I let him know that now that the winter has come through that, and we start to get work on that that's no longer probably going to be an appropriate thing. So, but he has a little time, but just that knowing that this is all going to kind of shift gears. But I'm excited.
Yep.
It's really, we've been talking, my assistant and I were talking about different visions and, I don't, the state's going to they're going to have a lot of stipulations, but I can already see little rooftop gardens and, places to sit out and look over Science-Ville. So I'm super.
Coffee shop.
Coffee shop, that's right.
Yeah.
We're still maybe the little Pizza Express.
Yeah.
Might be, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff didn't say no. He didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. So I'm super excited. It should be. And so hopefully I'd say by July, we'll at least be hopefully, doing tuck pointing and trying to, that first stabilization of that farthest building
Yeah.
is just the key.
Yeah.
And then know that, with the Sky Boom, I have parked it there, and when I move it around, I'll probably park the old 40s truck there. That one parking space, I know people, if I don't leave something there, people will park there, and God forbid if,
Yeah.
So no, I know that that's an inconvenience
No.
for the store, but I
No,
also,
it's not. And you put barrels up and you put tape around those barrels and they still move them.
yeah,
And there's another one that walks his dogs. He also moves them so the dog won't have to walk in the road. But
and
it's not bothering us at all.
oh, okay, that's great. And, I was like the umbrella liability insurance was we had to be very vague for them to say yes to anything. So, just the more that we can all, that they're not hanging out, like looking up, touching, it's like, oh God.
I think it's very clearly marked and, to stay away and things are there for a reason. So if someone does it
They
and,
still do it.
yeah, I mean,
And-
to me, it's going to be on them.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else? Wow. Well, thanks everybody for coming out.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be adjourned.
Yeah, they need it.